Hello everyone. In the last video I explained you how to create a list and how to display it, either the whole list or some item inside it using the index syntax. Today let's understand more operations for a list. First, let's understand this list. It's a list of strings, right? This cough, fever, headache are strings, simple data. So it's a list of string. If suppose we want to add more information to these symptoms, like cough is uh, like less severe, fever is high severe, right? Severity or any other properties we want to add, then we will have to convert this string to an object, so we can add more fields to it. So let's say if I remove this string and replace it with this curly bracket, then this becomes an object. Instead of just mentioning cough, we will add more properties. So cough will become name of the symptom and severity is mild. Okay, we can add more such properties. So I'll remove this now and convert them to objects. Okay, so from a list of string, it got changed to list of objects, and this object here is called as dictionary. In Python, this is called a dictionary. It's not just a simple string, it has more information. It's like dictionary. If you want to know more information about cough, you go to this list, you check which one is cough, okay, this one, and then you find more information about this. So this is like a dictionary where you have some key value, and based on that you would find more information on that. So in Python this is called dictionary. So this list becomes list of dictionaries or list of objects. Now suppose uh, instead of displaying all of these symptoms, like here there was one way to display everything, right? All the symptoms. So if you want to display symptom list, just mention it like this, or if you want to uh, display one, just use the index, right? But now suppose if I run this program, what will happen? Will it display the symptom? Right, it's displaying this whole dictionary. And if I remove this index and run it, it's displayed this whole list. Now suppose there are like hundreds of symptoms, and we don't want to display all, or we don't want to display just one. We want to display a few based on some condition. Suppose we have this priority as 1. This is priority 2. This is priority 3. or make it priority 2. So we want to display only priority 2 symptoms. So in this case, what we will do, instead of displaying directly or with index, we will loop through it. Okay, so we'll use for loop. We'll loop through all these items, check for each item what is the priority, and if priority is 2, then we display it. Okay, so here instead of displaying everything, so we'll comment this. So let's start with for loop for. So this is a list of symptom. So when we'll use for loop, we mention that one item, like it's a list of symptoms. So for each symptom, so for each symptom in whatever is the list, in symptom list. Okay, let's first print the name of each without any condition. Let's print the name. Okay, so this will print all the symptoms, this will print one, and this will also print all the symptoms, but in a loop. Let's see. So it's printing all the symptoms in a loop, but we are using for loop, so we have more control. We can add some conditions or anything else we want, right? So instead of just printing it, we'll use some condition. If symptom priority is equal to 1, then print the symptom name. Okay, and as you can see, there is no curly bracket, it only works with a tab. So for statement, inside that we have if statement, and inside that print statement. And once we go back to the initial indentation, that will be outside of that for loop. So let's now check this. So now it's displaying cough because here we have mentioned 1. Now let's mention 2. Fever and headache. So this way we can loop through a dictionary list and take any decision, like do any conditional statement, print something, or whatever we want to do inside that. In many programming, after this for loop, we add a curly bracket to start and then a curly bracket to end, and then inside that we can write anything. But here this indentation will decide how long this for loop will go. So suppose I write something here, right? So this 3 lines will be part of this for loop. Any statement after any statement breaking this indentation will be out of this for loop, but these 3 lines will be part of the for loop. And if I add a tab here, this will become part of the if statement. Okay, so let's just check. If it's here, what should it display? It should display for each symptom. If priority is 2, then display symptom name, and every time print the priority. See, 1, and there is no name, fever 2, headache 2, right? Cough is not printed, but priority is printed every time because this is part of the for loop but not part of the if condition. Now if I press tab, this will become part of the if statement. Inside for, but inside if also. So if priority is 2, then only it will display name and priority. Okay. So this way this for loop and if loop works. So remember this is a dictionary. This is a list of dictionary or a list of object, and we can use this list inside a for loop and do some operations like select a value, add condition and display the values. Okay, so let me end this video with this topic. You can practice because this is a more complex concept, and if you have any issues let me know.